I'm an entrepreneur and a mentor for wealth creation through internet marketing. My name is Melanie and this is the fourth video in my series on the real secrets to success in internet marketing and sales. I highly recommend you try to see all the videos in this series, as I'm sure you'd benefit from doing so. So what are the real secrets to success in internet marketing and sales? First, you have to have a real vision. You have to be able to see yourself enjoying a successful lifestyle and back that with positive thoughts and words. Eliminate all negative thoughts and negative speech. Don't let a single negative word come out of your mouth. Apply the laws of success. Sow good seeds. Good seeds beget good harvests. Give, give, give freely to those who are in need. Give secretly. Only God should know about your giving. By the laws of sowing and reaping, your harvest will surely come. The law of gravity works indiscriminately, and so does the law of sowing and reaping. Next, you must have a well-organized plan. Next, you must have the focus, the determination, and the will to stick to that plan and to implement it. Next, you should have the ability to make quick, accurate decisions. Many people are able to recognize a good opportunity, but they take too long to make a decision. They procrastinate and they move too slowly and they miss their opportunities time and time again. Next, you must believe in yourself. Having said all of this, the next ingredient that I'd like to apprise you of is the element of innovation. The more innovative that you are, is the greater a success you will become. In my previous video, I told a story about my father-in-law, Ken, who promoted himself as a salesman. He branded himself as a salesman when he was a mayor billing clerk, and he got himself assigned to go out on the road as a salesman. Now that was all well and good, but this is no fairy tale. When he went out on the road, what he encountered was the larger, more established trading houses, whose salesmen were proficient and highly trained and rock star type salesmen who were like twice his age. They'd already branded themselves and they enjoyed great credibility and popularity. Well, the larger and the more wealthy of the traders were the Chinese, and Ken, who was not Chinese, stood by and watched as the Chinese salesmen got all the biggest orders from these wealthy Chinese traders. He watched this happen a few times and he thought long and hard about it, and he was not prepared to give up. So he went to one of the most successful Chinese traders and he asked him straight out. He said, "Look, why is it that the Chinese salesmen are getting these big orders from the Chinese traders?" Well, the old Chinaman looked at him and he said, "Because we are mindful of our competitors. We don't want them to know the exact quantities of the items that we buy, because they'd be able to use those figures and to predict future prices. So when there are many salesmen, we favor the Chinese salesmen who speak the Chinese language, because we can give them the order and state our quantities in Chinese." He says, "Ken, I like you, and I'm going to tell you this. You learn to count in Chinese and you'll dominate the Chinese market business." Well, Ken laughed and he shook his hand and thanked him, and very quickly thereafter he learned how to count in Chinese, and the rest is history. Well, he also noticed that in the business hours these wholesalers were extremely busy. They loaded their trucks very late at night and they dispatched their trucks really early in the morning. So Ken decided he was going to get up long before daybreak and he was going to head out and get to these wholesalers just at the time that they had dispatched their trucks. Now this was very, very early in the morning. And he got there and he booked the orders. This was at a time when the wholesalers they were relaxed. There were no distractions, not even a phone would ring because it's before day, and there were no other salesmen around. So when he got back to the hotel, he saw all the other salesmen hurriedly whopping down their coffee and finishing their breakfast because they were going to head out now to book their orders. And when they saw Ken just leisurely coming out to sit down to breakfast at this hour of the morning, they didn't have a clue what was going on. And he greeted them warmly and sat down to a huge leisurely breakfast, and he watched them hurrying off to book the orders, and he just smiled to himself and planned his next steps. Ken's innovation allowed him to completely outmaneuver them. In the world of internet marketing, everybody's trying to outshout the next guy. And it's so important that you find your niche and you brand yourself, you have your target market, and you give value to the extent that you shout out louder than the masses of marketers that are online. This and other things are what I would like to show you, and all you got to do is go to the website on the screen below, fill out the form provided on the page, and I'll see you on the other side.